don't know. It's been so long since I did this. Hello, hello. Let me get this together. Let me get this together. Hi, y'all. Hold on. Just give me a moment because where's the chat? Help. SOS. Okay. No. Thank you, Alexis. Hi, y'all. Sorry to be a little tardy to the party. Hi. Hello, everyone. What can I do? Filters? No, I don't want that. Yes. And this is what? Oh, it's going to be a no. Okay. Wow. Thanks, Alexis. Okay. So, can you all hear me okay? For everyone who is here already so far, I hope. Hi, y'all. It's really hot. I'm in Thailand. And it's hot, it's humid. Let me know, drop in the chat where you guys are watching from. I know it's a little bit late. It's 9 in the morning here in Thailand. So I thought this was the perfect time to come on here. I have my watermelon and my notes. So there's some things that I want to talk about. I got a few questions and yeah, I just want to go over those. I know I'm late, y'all, but I will keep the replay up so that anyone who wants to watch can watch or listen. Okay. I want to get into some things because honestly, trying to edit videos like that is just, I love it, but it is a lot. Traveling and trying to do that, it's just a lot. So yes, I'm in Thailand. I'm in Bangkok specifically, and I'm hot, y'all. I am hot. Thank you, Danny. You guys are sweet. So this video is all about wellness, travel, and I got about 20 or so questions. And I want to touch on a few that feel very aligned with, you know, everything. And sorry, I'm hot. I want to touch on a few that really should be answered. And then I want to just catch up because I've been in India for the past 6 months, and y'all, the last 48 hours of my time in India, which was a couple of days ago, was traumatic. It was traumatic. Thank you, Divine Intentions. Oh, Danny, thank you all. The last 48 hours in India was a lot for me with immigration and trying to leave. I was denied departure. I missed my flight, y'all. It was intense, and I put this on Threads. I will probably never set foot back in that country because it was just too much. Swadika. Good morning. So yeah, but I'm in Thailand now, one of my favorite countries, and I am so grateful to be here. The humidity is amazing, the sweat, I've been sweating. My hair really loves it. I'll probably put it up in this video, but yes. Oh, I want to touch on this quickly because I got questions about my hair routine and what I've been doing now. I've literally just been washing my hair more frequently using coconut oil. This I got in India. It's the Parachute brand. This is food grade, and I just put this all over my hair. I oil my scalp with my Jamaican black castor oil and almond oil and a little bit of the coconut oil. And what I want to do with y'all on live now is show you what I take internally for my hair. So this is kalanji. In India they call this kalanji, but it's black seed. So you guys know black seed oil. So the actual seeds I will take internally or have in a tea. I have fennel, so I'll do fennel, fenugreek, coriander. What else? I talked about it in my Jamaica What I Eat in a Week video. And this is black sesame seeds. Listen, black sesame seeds. Black sesame seeds. Amazing if your hair is graying, if you are getting older in age, your hair starts to gray, or even there are so many people who are having the pigment of their hair change in a younger age. So black sesame seeds. This is used in traditional Chinese medicine and all over the world. Like I got these in India, like I said. So every day, mostly every day, I take about a tablespoon, and you can freshly grind them up in a mortar and pestle, but I can't travel with that. It's too heavy. So I just eat it. First thing, before eating anything else, so you just grind it up. And when I tell you, my hair has just flourished. It loves it. Black sesame is great for your liver, your spleen, digestion, your whole integumentary system, so hair, skin, nails. But the liver, listen. So you just chew, chew, chew. Black sesame seeds. It will help to prevent and reverse graying hair. It also helps with length, volume, healthy scalp. So black sesame seeds. Get organic ones and you should be good to go. So I eat a tablespoon every day. I follow several traditional Chinese medicine practitioners, and one specifically, she's based in New York, and I don't know where, in New York. And her name is Lily Choi. And she talks about black sesame all the time, black sesame. So I started to use it. It's true. So yeah. Where y'all watching from? Let me know. I knew black foods were good. Yes, it's the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. That's true. Among fruits, everything. Even here, there's this apple. In Jamaica, we call it otaeti apple. And here in Thailand, they have the same exact apple. Although the flesh it looks a little bit greener. And the skin doesn't get as deep, dark purple. And I was talking to someone I just met recently. And I was like, this is supposed to be a deep, purple, you know, to get all those nutrients and those phytonutrients and those benefits. But here it just gets as dark as red. So the darker, the richer colors are, the better they are for the different organ systems. Thanks, Alexis. Yes, black healthy gals. Bali. Oh, you're in Bali? What? France. Hello. Araba Hackman, one sweet baby. Jay, Wisconsin. Drop it in the chat where y'all at. Tell me. I'm so excited to be here with you all. It's been forever. Last night I was watching my last live, and that was over 6 years ago. I was taking down my box braids, and I was just looking at baby Takia like, wow, you were so fresh and ripe and knowledgeable then. Nevada, Atlanta, anything else you recommend for hair growth? Yes, I'll get into that in a moment, but I really want to get into the womb wellness and these really important questions that I have. Where else? Tell me where y'all at while I get to, well, I'm here. I'm at my notes. All right, so I have a few, 5 that I want to touch on that are specific, and I have specific information to share so that it's as beneficial for you. And then I just have several others that you asked that I can just go off the top of my head. So this is a live Q&A, and I asked you guys on my wellness business Instagram, my personal Instagram, North Carolina, go on and raise up, take your shirt off. Instagram, my wellness Instagram, and my personal Instagram, and then the YouTube community tab. So that's all the questions that I got. Hopefully it's not too distracting. Let me know if you guys can hear me, and if there's anything I need to repeat, please let me know. I have ovarian cysts, and that's how I found your channel. Yes, a lot of people found me in that way. And I have several videos. I have an entire playlist that I created, a few playlists, but a whole playlist. There's one that's called Eat to Live, and there's another one that's Womb Wellness. So it's for your reproductive health. I have hormone balancing videos on iron and how to get plant-based iron in your routine, and how to stop period symptoms. Listen, these things I never thought were possible that I experience now. My life is completely different than in 2017 when I had hemorrhagic ovarian cysts, if you aren't familiar. Any advice for people dealing with PCOS? Okay, let's get into it then. Baby, where you at, baby? BBM, where are you watching from? While I get into this, okay, so actually, sorry, the first question that I want to address is, some of you are interested in formulating your own. South Carolina, did you say that already up there? Apologies. Some of you are interested in formulating your own herbal blends, and whether that's for your own business, for yourself, for your family. And I want to talk about how you can do that and the best practices, the ways that you can know what herbs go together, and then how they will help somebody, even if it's just yourself. So I have my notes. Okay, the first thing I said, you're gonna start with the ailment, the imbalance that you want to target. So you kind of reverse engineer from there. You don't just find herbs that look nice or a lot of people use and then start to blend them together. Start with the ailment itself, and it's really helpful to have some kind of knowledge of the organ systems, especially the one that you want to work with, and the organs that function with it and support it as well. So then you have a good basis on what herbs can work. So you'll start with what you want to target, understand how that part of the body works, and then you'll find herbs that help to regulate those organs or those systems and support it, and the related functions. So for example, if we're talking about diabetes, you have a grandma who has diabetes. She's taken her insulin shots, which was my personal experience. My Nana always had to take insulin shots. And so if you know about diabetes, you know that the blood sugar levels, the sugar levels in the blood are often imbalanced. They're often too high. And so the pancreas is not able to release enough insulin, which is a hormone, to regulate the 444 to regulate the blood sugar levels, right? So you want to find herbs that support lowering blood sugar, regulating blood sugar, I should say, and then ones that support the pancreas, the liver, the spleen. So you look at the organ system itself, and you look at the other organs that are in that system. If you want to know about organ systems, just go on YouTube. What is this? This is like, I'm near the airport, but these feel like fighter jets. For organ systems, you can learn by going on YouTube and searching biochemistry, the 11 to 12 organ systems in the body. And that was a part of the work that I did when I first went to Jamaica. That was a part of my homework. I had to study and learn them completely in their entirety, and I was quizzed on it. Shout out to Yaga for just pumping me with knowledge with herbs. Okay, so you are gonna look at the organ systems and do your own research. Please take your notes, and that's how you'll know how the organs work together, and then do your research and find what herbs support the pancreas, support the blood, support the heart, support the liver. And then you're going to, there's another layer to it, but then you're gonna be able to figure out, you have a list now of herbs that might work. Now with that list, you're gonna see what herbs are complementary so that they are synergistic when you combine them into a blend. And to figure that out, one of the benefits of me living in Jamaica and being in the country and living in the land is that I can see what herbs are growing next to each other. And that was one thing that I was taught by the elders and the herbalists there, is that if the herbs are typically growing together naturally in the wild, they weren't planted, not on a farm, right? Then they typically support, they work together and can support a similar system. I mean, the plains. So yeah, like here what we have, some mint. There's some mint here. Ooh, that's really nice. Let me show you. Love that. Yes, so when herbs are growing near each other, they're supportive for you, as well as when they grow wild and naturally outside of someone's home. Typically that means, okay, let me just break this down, because if you're not familiar with nature and God and spirit, herbs are typically surrounded by homes and even businesses where the people that frequent that area might need it. It's a really spiritual practice once you get into it. And this is why our ancestors, you know, traditionally were working with it, and they're medicine women. I'm a medicine woman now, okay? It's just an indigenous thing. So that was what I loved about living in Jamaica, learning these things that you're not gonna find on Google. You're not gonna find some of these things on Google, and the information is not for everyone as well, right? Some things do have to be gatekept and kept in the community, because that's the end of that sentence. Danny, curious, when you travel to different countries, do you stay with friends or rent some place? I'll get into that in a little bit, Danny. Like travel tips and what I'm doing. So ask your question again a little bit later. Wagwan Sistrin, hey! Enough respect to you. You have never been more radiant and beautiful. Yes, girl. Wagwan! Sis, please. Okay, Jamaica, I was seeing the banana trees and the coconut trees here, and it just has my heart thumping for Jamaica. You know, that's my home. I even talk in cursive now. Right now I'm just traveling the world, but I'll touch on that a little bit. Love and respect. Thank you for being here. Are you in Jamaica? Echantra? Okay, so that's how you formulate herbs. Wait, I think I have another. Oh, and then you want to test them out. So test those blends now that you create. I would say create 2 to 3 blends and test them out on the people who need it. Test them out on people, ask for their like unbiased opinion, and see how it works with their bodies and with their organs, and ask them to give you feedback. Second gen Jamaican in England. Oh, how's the weather? How's the weather? Wow, bless your heart. How's the weather? Test it out on close people. And another thing, so I study under master teachers, whether I attract them in my personal life and mentors, or Sunny, good. I'm glad. Whether I attract them in my personal life or I study wherever, reading their books, YouTube University is one of my favorite places. Of course, I've been here for 11 plus years creating content here. And Dr. Layla O. Africa, please. There's so many teachers, but Dr. Layla O. Africa, one of the things that he said is that you'll ground shaking. It's like, wow. Oh my goodness. Listen, this is no coincidence. There is this herb called donkey pee in Jamaica, and it's literally right here. I'm gonna show you. It is for like cataracts and removing mucus out of the eyes. Are you joking? Right now I'm staying in a homestay in Bangkok. Stop. I hope the live doesn't go out. It is up there. Can you see? There. So it has these brown pods on the end, and you squeeze them into your eyes like Visine. I'm just seeing that now. There's so many on that side. Blessings. Oh my gosh. It helps remove mucus from the eyes. That one's important. So it's called donkey pee in Jamaica, but what? I'm forgetting the botanical name. It'll come to me and I'll tell you. Okay. So Dr. Layla Africa was talking about the chakra systems, the melanin centers, whatever you would like to call it. And in that area of the body, look at the color that it emits or the color associated with that area. So if we're thinking about the liver, that is going to be in the solar plexus area. And so this area, the color is yellow. So you'll look at herbs that have kind of like a yellowish hue, like dandelion and ginger. These things are going to be supportive for the liver. So that's one thing that he teaches, and I love that. He calls them melanin centers, and you can call them that, chakras, whatever. So look up his videos on YouTube, buy his books. Please support our teachers and give them their flowers, because we're the we're the new generation talking about these things and carrying on the traditions. But they really did the groundwork, because at that time it was not seen as a safe thing to be talking about how to heal naturally because of the pharmaceutical industry and Western medicine. A lot of our teachers are no longer with us because of that. So we have to give thanks. Okay, so that's how you formulate an herbal blend. Now let's get into, oh, I forgot to say who asked that question. It's so hot, I'm sweating, I'm dripping. Tina X8 asked for advice about formulating herbal blends. Now I wanna get into detoxing, detox suggestions for fibroids and cysts. And this was asked by Healing Alexandria. I don't know if that's you, Alex, but yeah, Danny, Dr. Layla O, African Holistic Health? Is that Dr. Layla O? Dr. Layla O, Africa? I think African Holistic Health. Regardless if it's not Dr. Layla O, get African Holistic Health. Absolutely groundbreaking, transformative book. You need that book in your life. African Holistic Health. It goes through different ailments, different herbs, the foods, how harmful the white rice, the white wheat, the white sugar is. And we're gonna get into that now. So, detox suggestions for fibroids and cysts. First of all, another teacher, Dr. Aris, here on the internet, on the interwebs, he lives in Panama, and he talks about detoxing, not retoxing. Meaning, if you have detoxed yourself, if you plan to go into a detox, you should not have the mindset that you are gonna just get back into your same routine after. Why? Because your cells are more sensitive now. They have a lower tolerance for the toxins and the waste that you've been putting into your body. Every time you retox after detoxing, you are harming the body on a deeper level, on a more cellular level that it might be difficult to return from. So, not only that, it doesn't make sense. Not only that, it doesn't make sense. It's completely counterproductive to detox and then put the same things in. Like, this is not a break. This is your body. You live in it. You have one right now. So treat it with love, care, and respect. And that's why I try to make sustainable choices. And in my womb food healing guide, I created a digital guide. If you guys aren't familiar, I have a womb food healing guide, and then I created a separate food guide. So I just combined the 3 food lists from the guide, and I also offer that separately if you are on a budget and you just want to know what to eat, what herbs are beneficial, what you should take out, and what you should substitute. So you can find that in my bio, all over the internet. You can find it. It's on my Etsy. So I created the Womb Food Healing Guide, and I talk about the foods that are so harmful for you and the ones that you should substitute out. I don't like this being restrictive. One thing that happens when I work one-on-one with you all and do consultations and coaching guidance sessions is you can feel it. And I felt this too. In 2017, when I had those ovarian cysts, I felt like going vegan was such a restrictive process. Like, I didn't want to eat that. I wanted to eat what I liked. And so what I've done over these years, since 2017, is I have done the hard work for you all. So I have figured out, well, what tastes similar, but it's still beneficial and nutrient dense, and what is going to be supportive for our reproductive system. So almost anything that you can think of, I have a more than one alternative. So I call them substitutions. And so what you want to do is you'll substitute out wheat. Listen, wheat, refined white sugar, and rice, and these heavy starches like the white potatoes. There are alternatives to them, but they wreak havoc on your womb. Wreak havoc. They also contribute to recurring yeast infections and bacteria vaginosis, which is another question I'll touch on. But they pretty much inflame the fiber of the endo layer, which is the second layer in the, you know what I'm trying to say, sorry. They inflame the tissues. And at that point, it's from the waste, the foods that you have been consuming. And I used to love donuts. My grandma used to take me, I was talking about this the other day, after getting like dental work done, a cleaning, a cavity fill, whatever, my grandma it was like our tradition. She would take us to go get these huge, thick Korean donuts from the bakery in Beacon Hill. I'm from Seattle, Washington, if you guys didn't know. And now that I think about it, I'm like, what? Like, the sugar? Right? But I love my grandma. I love my Nana. And that's a fond memory. But the way that we deal with our bodies is so interesting. Do you still do the one-on-one sessions? Yes, I do. It's actually, I've moved into, I'll get into this as well, but I've moved from mainly physical products. You guys know with my wellness business, are you privy, which is how you pronounce it. It means like, are you aware? Did you know? RU.privy. I was offering all of these herbal blends for you all. You love Hormone Balance, the sea moss. The only product I have left is Super Herb Mask, and I just moved it to my Etsy. My website is under construction, but I am not sure if I'm going to offer physical products again. At least right now, I'm traveling. It's really difficult to run back to Jamaica and harvest and process. Exporting is a whole thing that I have to be mindful of. So right now I've moved to digital products, and this is really where my heart is sharing how you heal the root of an ailment, not just focusing on the symptoms. So that's what this one-on work and client sessions do, is we get down into it. That's where my heart is. So I'm slowly shifting that way, and digital products as well. My womb food guide I released January 16th, and I have already edited it. People are loving it. If you have downloaded it and purchased it, you can leave in the chat if it's been supportive for you. And I sent you an email as well for feedback. But yes, so in the book it says, if it's white, don't trust it. In African Holistic Health, if it's white, don't trust it. So these flour, white sugar, the rice, these are like the big three, and the white potatoes. These wreak havoc on your womb, okay? Havoc, havoc, havoc. And some people like to argue, well, they eat it all the time in Thailand, and in India, where I just was, all they eat is rice and wheat. And if you watch my 13-day fast video, you will see the way my body, African, indigenous, the way my body reacts to wheat and to rice. Completely different to them. I didn't grow up eating this way, right? It inflamed me. I was so inflamed. You can go watch the video after this. Go watch the video. Love the natural hair queen. Blessings, unapologetic. Thank you. To educate and spread genuine knowledge that would truly help. I do love that. Yes, Imani. Yes. That's what I'm into now, is just working one-on-one and figuring out how can we get to the root of it. Some people may feel it's scary, but it is what has transformed my life, and it has made the healing stick. It has made it so that every time my period comes, I know it's coming not by moodiness, not by pain, but by intuition, by my divine energy, my feminine energy increases times 1,000. But it's not about being, debilitating cramps and crawling on the floor like I used to be, or being bitchy, my hormones all over the place. Absolutely not. That is not the standard, and that is not normal. We have to stop normalizing these things. Absolutely, our lives should not be that way. Once every month, for some people it's prolonged. Does that make sense? What they say is normal is so backwards. It doesn't make any sense. So I'm supposed to be in trauma and in hell once a month and be scared of my womb and afraid of my body? No, that is completely fabricated. That's not real. So we have to reprogram that as well eventually, but this one on work, we do that. Okay, so highly processed foods is another one. The things with the high fructose corn syrup and anything from they say like the middle aisles, the crackers, the biscuits, the breakfast cereals, even some people are sensitive to oats. These foods, they're in the food guides, but they are so processed, there's almost nothing left when you eat them. So many things have been added, so many things have been subtracted, and the way that they process it makes it so that your body can't really recognize it. So what does it do? It does recognize that it's waste, and it filters it out, it does its best. So a lot of times the liver is overburdened, the kidneys, oh my goodness, the digestive system, the colon has this backed up waste. A lot of the times the digestive organs will be weighing on the womb and create these issues with prolapsed uterus. It's all connected, by the way, which is why I told you it's important to look at the organ systems and biochemistry. So heavily processed foods, the fast foods, the fried foods, the oil, people have gone vegan, and I did this as well. And vegan is not synonymous with health. Veganism is not synonymous with wellness at all, okay? Those heavy fried oyster mushrooms and these things, hopefully this isn't triggering, but you are burdening your liver and your kidneys by consuming these at in high amounts, right? I'm not saying I don't have fried foods. I'm not saying I'm perfect. Absolutely not. Especially with traveling, you have to do what you have to do sometimes. But these heavily fried foods, just so that we can mimic meat, you know, like, no, no, these are, no. So I say I'm plant-based now, and yes, so just be mindful of the fast food, be mindful of animal proteins. Some people say it works for them, and a lot of people, when they go plant-based and they go vegan, they end up reverting back to eating, at least having like bone broth or eating some fish and these things. And the reason why is because they feel malnourished. Their brain is not getting enough fats. They don't feel like the protein they're getting from the legumes and the foods they're eating is enough, is really penetrating. And that is an issue of absorption. It's not an issue of the effectiveness of the food, the vegan foods or the plant-based foods. It's about your body not being able to absorb it, your small intestines. And so how do you absorb these foods, the protein and the iron especially? I know a lot of us are anemic. I grew up that way, having to take those fishy red iron pills. Please. Oh my gosh. I just think back, and everything that I experienced growing up is what led me to this like heart-filled work, heart-centered work, because the way I was lactose intolerant, taking those whatever pills, I forgot what they were called, before having cereal and milk. I had no business drinking milk, 2%. No business eating that way. But my grandma, bless her heart, she did her best. But yeah, so you want to absorb these minerals. That's why people revert back to eating eating animal proteins, the eggs, the red meats, the chicken, whatever it is. And your health and your brain is extremely important. And so I don't want to discourage you from seeking out these things that may help and give you like an immediate relief, because your body almost can immediately recognize the iron and the protein in eggs. Please save this live. I will, and hopefully it doesn't just slip out of my fingers. So if I haven't done live in like 6 years. So if there's a specific way that any of you know, I'm sure it'll be simple after this, but this live is going to be saved. And this is also, I want to just say something that I want to do a minimum of 1 hour, coming on and chatting with you. You'll ask questions if you'd like, or I just come on and pick a topic, talk about hormonal health, traveling, how to relocate from America if you prefer. Danny has a great question above. Sorry, Danny. What if you have no womb, only have ovaries with cysts left? Who said that? Imani, thank you for bigging up Danny. What if you have no womb, only have ovaries with cysts left? Same thing applies. Same exact thing applies, right? These are your reproductive organs. All of your reproductive organs are not gone. Bless your heart and bless your body. You will do the same exact things. And I'll get into more. Okay, let me go a little faster. It's hot. Yo, I'm sweating, I'm dripping. I didn't even get to eat my watermelon. Okay, so next thing that I say is get your hormones balanced. Your cells are growing abnormally for a reason. They're multiplying and growing abnormally for a reason. You have these growths, which is your body protecting your womb space from the tissue and the fibers that have been inflamed. So it's encapsulating the waste and protecting you. So first of all, one thing I said in my how I healed ovarian cyst video is that we have to give thanks and appreciate our bodies. They're so intelligent to be able to protect us in that way. So what you'll do to shrink a growth is to stop sending growth hormones to this area, right? What is going to imbalance your hormones? Stress, the foods. So there are hormone imbalancing inflammatory foods. I touched on a few of them. And what else? Stress, food, your environment, the products that you're using. Your environment meaning how much pollution is around. What are you consuming that is causing your nervous system to be imbalanced and sending these chemicals, right? Think about it in a holistic way. It's not just, oh, birth control, please, antibiotics, medication. Think about it in a holistic way. Look at everything that you do. In the womb food guide I created, I have journal prompts, and I also have a weekly progress tracker. So you can really see on paper what is contributing to the imbalances in your body. But you can also just do this in a regular journal. I don't go anywhere without a pen and paper, okay? Writing things down, jotting things down so I can come back to them. So where can we find the womb food guide? It is on my Etsy shop. Are You Privy is my Etsy. It's also in my channel bio. It's in the description box of all of my videos, and I'll include it in the description box of this live after. I probably can add it, can't I? I don't want to pause this because I don't know if I have time, a time limit, but yeah, I think I can. Chat filter, community monitor. Anyways, so the womb food guide is on my Etsy. You can find it anywhere. I talk about it. It's on my Instagrams, in the bio. Yes. So balance your hormones. And I said food, stress, relationships. I'm gonna touch on this in another video. I wanna create like a membership part on my channel so that we can get into the nitty-gritty of the feminine experience and what our bodies react to as women, the energies that our bodies react to. And you found it, Chloe? Okay, good. This information is not for everyone, so I want to put it in the membership part of my channel or in my newsletter. If you're not subscribed to my newsletter, which you can also find in the same areas as the womb food guide, it's a specific community. I want to talk to you all. The way that and so many women, Queen Afua, Chef Aki, Queen of Green, so many women talk about the nitty gritty and what's really going on spiritually and energetically between men and women. But relationships, even with friends, with family members, play a huge, huge role. This is part of your environment on imbalancing your hormones and putting you in a state of Timmy! Hey, love! Danny, it's the same. Yes. Mwah! Timmy. Yeah, so the relationship in general in our lives are going to send stress hormones to different parts of the body. There's this huge bee. Oh my goodness. It was literally gold and black and thick. Yeah, so I want to touch on that in another video, but just know if your body is reacting in a particular way, if you notice that you're having certain symptoms when you are intimate with certain people or you interact with certain people, if you get certain feelings in the body, listen to them. That's why cleansing and detoxing is so important. Meditation, whatever you do to meditate, meditation is not just sitting there humming, right? Whatever you do to get into that space and clearing out energy, it attunes your body to what's around you. So energetically, you're more sensitive in a way where you can know immediately that person's not for me, because your body's gonna tell you. Your body doesn't lie. Your body doesn't lie, and I experienced this personally. If you saw my last reel on Instagram, I talked about the relationship that I was in Jamaica. For the 4 years that I was there, was a very challenging relationship and one of my greatest teachers. But now I see exactly when I was experiencing certain symptoms in my body and when I was in close proximity with this person. So many women talk about this, but I want to dive deep eventually. Right now, let's finish this. Okay, so hormones. medication, birth control. These things are going to imbalance the hormones. They're also going to essentially weaken your liver's ability to keep the immune system in check. So lymphatic system is the immune system. Pay attention to the antibiotics that they give you for the yeast infections. Pay attention to the way that it ruins your gut health. Pay attention to the way that you feel completely exhausted, tired, not yourself when you take these antibiotics. They are wreaking havoc on our bodies and our systems, and there's so many alternatives. So I plan to make more videos about that, but there's a way to get off of the antibiotics and to just heal from yeast infection, these things naturally. So increase your water intake. Why? Because your kidneys are filtering your blood. And so that's pushing toxins out. It's moving toxins out of the body, but you need a vehicle to do that. Water is that vehicle. So listen, do not play with her. Do not play with watermelon. Red, black seeded watermelon. This, if you juice it, is going to cleanse your womb like you've never experienced, okay? Is garlic or oregano a good alternative to antibiotics? Absolutely. I would not recommend putting them inside, but taking them, yes. Oil of oregano, by the way. Garlic, yes, yes, yes. Yes, hey love, hey Toya. Where you been? Listen, yes, black seeds. We do the black seeds. I have been traveling the world. The last 6 months I have been in India. I went to get certified as a hatha yoga teacher, a breathwork instructor, and a meditation teacher. And I did that. And then I decided I want to see this country. I want to travel around and see what there is to this place. And I've had enough time there, but now I'm in Thailand and I'm traveling. I'm making my way to South America. Can we get juicy about it though? Hey love, Ayanas. Can't hardly find seeded watermelon in the States. Can you buy seeds and grow it, Danny? Do you have access to do that? Love it. What is the name of the herb good for cataracts? It, in Jamaica, is called donkey pee-pee. The botanical name is Spathodia. Spathodia. Donkey pee-pee, Spathodia. The only thing is I'm not sure if this is an herb that can be exported because it's literally like Visine. So there's these little brown pods. I showed you all if you were on the live earlier. If you were there, V. Whitaker, it's these little brown pods and you literally squeeze them into your eye. I'm not sure how that would be exported, right? Because it's a liquid. Typically things have to be in herb form, have to be dehydrated. So Spathodea, Spathodea. That's the botanical name. And in Jamaica, again, they call it donkey pee-pee. It was also in India. I made a reel on Privy, on my Instagram on Privy, so you can see what that herb looks like. It grows in these large trees. So it's great for any mucus in the eyes. Eyesight, anything going on. Oh, look at God. I'm so happy for you. Blessings, Toya. Look how much my hair has changed since the beginning of the live. Okay, so water. Eat your water, drink your water. I, at this point, am recommending that we're eating our water. We're eating our greens, our crunchy, fibrous vegetables filled with water, our papaya, fine fruits with a high content of water, also in the womb food guide. Is this too loud? Someone tell me if this is too loud. Are you gonna, like, what even is that? Don't you see? Don't you see what's going on here? Let me know, you all, if this is too loud and distracting. If you can still hear me, let me know. I can also put in headphones. I came prepared. You're fine. Okay, so eat your water. I'm highly convinced after being in India and drinking these waters, no, this is not doing anything. Dr. Adis talks about this as well. Coconut water, if you can find it, if you can find fresh coconut water, see if you can go to a Caribbean market, an Asian market in your city if you're in the States, and African markets, and see if you can get fresh coconut, because coconut is a very easy and fast to spoil food. So the coconut waters on the shelves, you know how much preservatives are in there? Coconut spoils like this. And these things I was taught living in Jamaica. Your hair reminds me of your older. You mean like the older days when I used to wear the braid outs? We can hear just fine. Yes, watermelon is very healthy for you. Is it true that papaya seeds are good for your gut health? Papaya seeds, older videos. Yes, the one. Papaya seeds, I swear by, when I eat papaya, I eat 1/2. So I get a big papaya, I cut it in half. 1/2 of the seeds, I eat those with the fruit. I don't chew, I just swallow. Tequila! I love Lena 5. I am well. I am so happy to be here in Thailand, to be here with you all, sharing knowledge and information. Have you been back to the States since embarking on your traveling ventures? Yes. So I moved to Jamaica in 2020, the end of August in 2020, and I've been back to the States several times to see my family. My cousin got married, my twin, my cousin, and so I've been back to the States. Every time I go back to the States, I get physically ill, actually. Thailand, I'm late. You're not late, you're right on time, love. Yeah, so what was I saying? Y'all, where was I at? Water. I was at water. So these reverse osmosis, no. They are, Dr. Ari says it's toilet water. And then they put it through a filtration system. And it's tap water. Like, my body doesn't recognize this anymore. Drinking the pristine spring water in Jamaica, my body doesn't know what to do with this. So I do my best to find, papaya seeds, yes. I eat the papaya seeds, they draw out parasites, and they also help to, tenderize fibroids and cysts, and help to remove and shrink those growths, and cleanse out your womb. Papaya seeds are amazing. Swallow them whole. This is the way I was taught, and this is what I do, and it works. Don't chew them. They're also really bitter and nasty, so swallow them whole. The way you can do it, I show it in my Jamaican what I eat in a week video. How long have we been on here? 53 minutes. I don't know if this cuts out at an hour. If it does, I'll just pop back on. But swallow them whole. Take a spoonful of the fruit and the seeds, and then put it into your mouth, and you can kind of chew around the seeds. Don't chew the seeds, but and then just swallow it. Eat all of the seeds, and you'll be good. Find your papaya at a Caribbean market, a Asian market, because you're gonna get a different flavor. Papaya in the States tastes like, I don't know, but that's not papaya. Papaya is like now one of my favorite fruits because I've tasted what real papaya tastes like, and it's sweet, it's rich, it has so much water in it, and the flavor is amazing. Whenever I'm out of the country, I am healing swiftly, exactly, from things I wasn't even aware of. Just the environment, just the oxygen, just the sun, the vitamin D, the salt water, swimming in the sea. Listen, these things heal you. In Jamaica, I healed on a level that I cannot express. My body has never been the same. It will never be the same. The environment heals you, which is why the environment is important to look into when you're thinking about balancing your hormones. Yeah, don't chew them. Child, do not chew them. Yeah, it's bland in the States. Even the bananas. Listen, I came back to Seattle. I went to, I think, Trader Joe's, which I know Trader Joe's is not good for produce. But I went to Trader Joe's and I got a whole bunch of fruits. Let me tell you, these bananas gave me no reaction in these glands, okay? And usually when you eat fruits, real fruits, you get a sensation here. almost as if you were eating something sour. Even if it's sweet, you get like this sensation that kind of just, at least for me, it just kind of, you feel it, right? You can feel the energy. The bland ass bananas in the United States. Listen, no, absolutely no. I couldn't believe that that is what I was eating, you know, and feeling like, yes, I'm having my fruits. No, that's why you have to add sweetener to the smoothies. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. It doesn't taste right. They don't taste right. That's not their natural flavors. Will you do retreats in Jamaica? 100% yes. You guys keep manifesting and creating that and putting that intention out there. I absolutely will. Again, if this cuts out in an hour, I would just pop back on. Oh, but I have to save it. I don't know. Does it cut out at an hour? Does anyone know? Your crown is so full and pretty. Thank you, Lena. How much is too much papaya seeds, since they say it can be bad if you eat too much? If you're worried about anything like that, you probably will create that. So just have like start with a few spoonfuls, maybe do it a couple times a week. You can build up to what you want. Anything, you speak over your food. Bless and speak over your food. So whatever you want, whatever you believe and feel about it is what can happen. So speak and pray. That's why we pray over food. Maybe we didn't know when we were young why we were doing this, but put that energy, whatever you want. I talk to my water and I say, hydrate me like the finest, pristine Jamaican spring waters before I drink it, if it's like this and I'm traveling. And I get that hydration, okay? My body listens to me. Yeah, I wouldn't be worried about eating too much. Anything about the live? Does anyone know? It shouldn't cut out. I've seen 3-hour lives. Okay, good. Yes! Hannah, oh my gosh. I haven't seen your name in a while. What kind of work can someone find in Jamaica for people like us? What kind of work? Do you mean to be employed? I'm assuming that's what you mean. My aunt runs a villa in Ochi. Ah! Holla at me. Listen, let's talk. Let's talk, because Jamaica is my home. I have been connected to Jamaica since I was a little girl. My grandma had this I Love Jamaica Jamaican flag towel, and she gave it to me eventually when I was, I think, like in 8th grade, 7th grade. And since then, something about Jamaica, I started to tell people when I was little that I was Chinese and Jamaican. I started to study Chinese in the 7th grade. They had this program at my middle school to teach Chinese. I took Mandarin starting in 7th grade, and then I took it throughout high school. 8th grade, I mean. Which one is middle school? Y'all's been so long, the school system. My last year of middle school, I started taking Mandarin Chinese, and then I took it for 3 years in high school. So I've taken a total of 4 years. That was my choice of language in school. I'm different. I was the only black girl in there. I went to Lakeside High School, by the way. And I've always been connected with Asian culture. I love anime and the language. And of course, I'm in Asia now. And I've been to Japan. Love Japan. Holla at me, Tay, about your villa in Ochi. You would definitely be a great tour guide. Oh my gosh, you all. I've seen so much of Jamaica. I've seen so much. I was blessed and totally blessed to be taken in and embraced by Jamaicans, by locals everywhere that I was in Jamaica. So I've seen Jamaica, the real Jamaica, not resorts. Thank you for saying that, Danny. Hey, D. This is Mocha, by the way. LOL, it's been a while, but I'm still interested in coming to both. Yes, listen, all within due time, right? Divine timing. Like, when I was there, it would not have worked for me to be holding retreats while I was living in Jamaica. There was so much going on. I went through the deepest spiritual transformation and transition in my life, the deepest, darkest depths of my being, my divine feminine, my dark feminine, and now have come out like, okay, wow, so much shifted within me. And if I was trying to hold retreats, a lot of people actually inquired. They're like, hey, I'll just come for a one-on-one. And I'm like, listen, I'm trying to build this new business. I am healing from this relationship and still in it. I am also working on my first business, trying to stay with YouTube, brand deals, cost of living in Jamaica, please. Like, trying to see about buying land. And it would not have been the right time, but I know we're gonna get there in the near future. Can you flip the cam? You want it vertical? I thought this was the best. Animated Moy, flip the cam. You mean vertical, or do you mean you want to see what's on that side? Because there ain't nothing over there but green and a gate and the spathodia. Let me know what you mean. Bet, let's do it. Yes, DM me on Instagram. Hannah, whoa, you know me. What? Hi. Yes? You're so special to me. And this fire tips are revolution. Yes, I was wondering. Okay, yes, employment. Jamaica is such a mystery to me. I really don't know much about it at all. Yes, so employment. The thing about Jamaica and these other countries that we travel to, which I call them first world countries. America is a third world country. It is ridiculous. I call these countries first world countries. The thing about it is not all of the infrastructure and what you're used to is there and in place, meaning it's not lawless, but you can do things under the table and live more free. It doesn't feel like there's this foot on you, right? So in Jamaica, for example, if you can pay someone to stand in line for you, like at the tax office. These kind of things, which maybe you could do that in the States, but that's not normal. But that's on a small scale. Think big. You can get your way in these countries by paying, by being beautiful, by having something to trade and give. It's different. It's much more like probably what I imagine it was back in the day when you were trading things. Like, okay, I have water, I need coconut oil. This is what let's trade. It's like that. So especially when you're living like up in the country. Even in Kingston, that's where I lived the last year or so of being in Jamaica. Listen, it is just a different life when you leave America. That system is off. So for employment, let's see, that's where I was, Hannah. Yeah, you need to know someone there. What are you interested in? Let me know. I live in Jamaica still. So I have family, I have friends there, chosen family. So let me know what you're interested in. Also, remote work is really great. That's how I'm able to travel the world, because my business has been online since 2000 and, I wouldn't even see the sweat. My business has been online since 2013, 14, right? So working remotely, finding remote jobs, and making sure you're set financially. Jamaica is expensive, especially if you eat the way we eat, the way we talk. Everything has to be imported into the island. These are seeds and nuts, a lot of these things. Of course, you'll have your fruits, but your seeds and nuts, your quinoas, a lot of things are marked up astronomically because they have to be brought in, and there are like duty fees. I want to retire there. It's not too crazy with how the economy is going to. Yeah, Jamaica is such a mystery. Yes. So what she say? Yes, vertical. No, I'm not that nosy. LOL. Watching from my phone. Oh, so you have that small little situation on your phone. I'm sorry, but I feel that this is the best orientation for you because it's like a YouTube video. I just don't have to edit it, right? Like the beauty of lives. Why haven't I done this more? Sorry, Animated Moy. Your horizontal and comments are vertical. Oh. Is that okay? On your phones, right? Yeah. Thank you, Goddess Essence, Energy. Yes, Cha. Yes, Toya. Most definitely. What would be a good skincare regimen? I am breaking out all over my face. Hey, Jaylene. D, a good skincare regimen is Food. What are you consuming? Stress. Tay. Your angle all messed up. Is it, Steve? Why you have to come in with that energy, Steve? What's that energy? Is it really, you all? I'm about to get some watermelon. It's been over an hour and no one said anything. Should I go vertical? I'm so sorry. Oh, enough said, LOL. Got it. Thank you. That's what I'm saying, Steve. Like, are you, what's up? What's the energy, Steve? What's the energy? You didn't offend me. It's just your energy was like, rawr, real ridiculous. Am I wrong? Did I read it wrong? You said your angle all effed up. Thank you. That answers my question well. My friends and I are trying to create more of a trade economy in the US, and we are getting there. I feel as though I'm meant to stay here and transform it. Yes, you know what? Thank you, BB. That's one thing I have felt a little bit differently, that by me traveling and me venturing out into these different cultures and really seeing how people live, learning about taxes, learning about how to buy land, that I am kind of like a bridge when things really hit the fan in America, a bridge for my family and my friends and the people who need it, because I have been doing this work since 2020, right? I've been really learning how people live in other places, how we should be living, and I've felt that that's a part of my mission here. And so let's talk, Hannah, because it's important. Some people, yes, are absolutely supposed to stay in the United States, whatever their calling is. I know it's not for me. When I go back, like I said, I get physically sick. Physically sick from the food, from the environment, from the energy of the people. Like, when you travel to other countries, they say Americans are mad, like ill, crazy. The that hustle culture, being hyper, just on edge, people feel it when you travel. They see like you are off in some way, and it's not our fault. We're in this system. Our parents probably were brought up that way, but when I first moved to Jamaica, one thing people always told me, I was trying to do things quick, quick, quick. Mind you, I'm living in the deep depths of the country, way in the bush, okay? My yard was way in the bush, and people always said to me, breathe easy, breathe easy. My partner at the time, he was like, breathe easy, breathe easy. They had to keep telling me, breathe easy, just calm down, relax. I'm also on an island, so it's island life, but like, y'all, we have it so wrong in America. Not all wrong, sorry. I don't want to say that and like shit on America, because I've realized the value and the privilege of growing up in America since I've traveled. And certain things, the way things move, the speed. So there's a balance to it, but yeah. Steve, you're crazy. Don't retract the message, Steve. Don't retract it. You said it. Stand 10 toes down. I want to grow a community food forest here. Yes, we need that. There's so many food deserts, so many people that need access to the food. So do your good work there. And if you're meant to move on, then you will. And who says, ask yourself this, why not me? Why can't you also live, why can't you live bi-coastal? Why not you, Hannah? Why not you? Anything in life, have the audacity. Ask yourself, why not me? Why not me? Why can't I have a food forest here? Why can't I supply my community here? And my actual home is in Jamaica, in the Caribbean, of course. Start growing your community now. You can start with the internet, put feelers out there. People need support in a lot of environments. A lot of communities. So start now, create WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups, and see how you can just serve people. See how you can help now. So then in the future, you have a community already. Yeah, comments are vertical, but you are horizontal, but we all just rolled with it. Damn, so like, Is it cut off? So it's here. I'm sorry, y'all. You just been dealing with it. Sorry, I am stressed. Life is hitting me hard. I understand, D. I understand. What's your favorite Nervine herb? I was gonna say blue vervain, but it's between blue vervain and soursop. These are nervines, meaning they support the nervous system and they do whatever the nervous system needs. So if you have an overactive nervous system, you're like this all the time, sensory overload, they will help bring you to a balanced place. And if you're just like someone punches you and you take 5 minutes to react, then these herbs can help to bring you to where you need to be. So just to a balanced place. So those are Nervine herbs for anyone wondering. Blue vervain and soursop are my favorites. D, okay, I bet you do. Everything here is stress. I understand. Same, when I got to different countries, when I go to different countries, I feel better. Once I come back, I get sick. I'm considering moving back home to Ghana. Ugh. Africa is next. I'm so excited. I'm suffering from vitiligo since I had my second blessed child. Yes, I did my research and it turns out I lack vitamin D, copper, magnesium, potassium, and poor gut health. Any recommendations? Yes. So, get some wild sea moss. Highly charged, highly electric. Get the purple or purple gold, and you're gonna get most of those minerals and vitamins. And you said vitiligo. There is an herb called kalawala. Get kalawala. Look up kalawala. Kalawalla. I had a limited run. I had a limited run on my shop and they sold out, but kalawala fern is amazing for autoimmune. It's starting to rain. I bring the rain with me everywhere, y'all. Okay, Tay. Watch your YouTube channel. Yeah, get you some sea moss. Always on edge. Yeah, exactly. It's difficult. There's so much going on. Yeah, the pace in the US is crazy compared to other countries. Thanks for all you share with us. I look forward to watching and replay. Much love and blessings. Good day and good night. Bye, Cha. Thank you so much. Yes, the replay will be here for you. Thank you for being here. What can help increase red blood count? Iron. Iron is like a magnet, so it will draw other minerals to it as well, D. So get you some iron. In my womb food guide and in the food guide itself, I share the minerals that your reproductive organs need. The ones that are beneficial: zinc, iron, magnesium, these ones. And I also tell you what minerals are in the different food groups that I say you should add or that you should add to your routine. So I tell you what minerals are in there. So if you get the food guide, you'll see all of that. Yes, definitely a bridge. Reach out to me, Hannah. We should talk. What can I do with expired dried sea moss? I forgot about it and had it for 2 years. Use it. Put it in your hair, put it on your skin. It's amazing. It's like aloe times a million. Put it on your legs if you have cellulite, anything, dark marks. I use it to help clear up the dark marks on my arms. My skin marks easily, which, but we need to do better. Oh, thanks, love. Where can I find your food guide? My food guide is, I will put it in the description of this video. It is on all of my social media platforms. It's on my Etsy shop. It's in my channel description. It's on in my Instagram description for my business Privy and my personal one. And yes, so I'll put the link in here though after. Yes, you can definitely heal endo, Hannah. Okay, I've caught up with the chat. And it's starting to rain, so we'll see what we can do. I might have to move just under this so the lighting might change a bit. But I want to get back to detox suggestions for fibroids and cysts. Increase your water intake, support your kidney and urine and waste removal. You're welcome, Dee. And you're welcome, Toya. And go on, see if you can liquid fast. So see if you can do a juice fast. You can water fast if you have a high quality water. I just did a 13-day fast at the top of January, and the first 5 days was just water and herbal teas. I use guinea weed for my reproductive system, hormone balance, which you all love, and sarsaparilla roots and ginger. And I did a 5-day fast, and then I followed with another 8 days of mainly just liquids, but I also added in fruits. So you can do liquid fasting and fasting in general. Just giving your digestive system a break is gonna support it being able to break down these fibroids and cysts and tenderize them. Tenderize them. I have juicing videos so you can see. Oh yeah. Look at how I wish y'all could see, it's gray there. One thing I learned in the Caribbean and Jamaica is how to know when rain's coming. It's already falling, but to be able to feel when the rain is coming. Yes, Dee. Bye, Imani. Love. Good night, good night. It's 11 a.m. here in Thailand. So, okay. Another thing with the womb disorders is releasing your need to control, putting down your baggage and your burdens. Dancing, sweating, going to the sauna, movement, dancing, moving your hips, expression, and finding more ways to let go. It's connected to womb health. It's connected to like if you have issues with your mother, which I did, I had challenges with the women in my life growing up. So, yeah. Okay, recurring BV and yeast infections. Are you intimate with a partner who is unaligned with you? Ask yourself that. If you have recurring, they continue to come back, and you've tried the antibiotics, you've tried all of the things, and they keep coming back, are you participating in relationships that are harmful to you? Do you see a correlation between when you are around this person and you experience these kind of things? If so, look at that. Stress, your immune system will trigger yeast infections and these things. The sugars, the wheat, the processed foods, the rice, the white potatoes. Look at your underwear and the cleanliness. Sun them. I made a reel about sunning your panties. So wash them and then put them in the sun. Yeast does not grow in the sun. Can you smell the rain? Yeah. I smell the rain. I love the rain. Bye-bye, Taj. You're welcome. Juicing, fasting, and physical activity helps reduce fibroids. Papaya seeds, trauma, looking into your traumas and your food. Your food. Stop doing what's feeding the fibroids. What is feeding it for you? Have you, journaled and tried to figure out, well, what makes me feel more pain when I'm on my period? Your period is a sign. If it's very heavy, if it's prolonged, if it's inconsistent, if there's so much pain, hemorrhaging, it's a sign that there's so much waste and toxins that need to be released, which is a good thing. That means your body's telling you, it's giving you feedback. So if that's happening, and if you notice, okay, when I eat donuts leading up to my period, I have more pain. When I have more rice, when I eat heavy meals, when I don't have enough water, I have more pain. You start to see a correlation. Just pay attention to your body and see what it's telling you. So don't feed it anymore. Don't feed them. don't let those cells grow with the heavy starches and the sugar. I used to be addicted to sugar. My first newsletter talks about this. Okay, yes, okay. How to deeply cleanse your womb after a miscarriage. I just want to send love, first of all, to the woman who asked, and I took down everyone's handle, but I don't really want to share this one. But I'm sending you love. And here's what I said. Honor the impact that being with that child, honor the impact that it had on you emotionally, and the impact that losing your child, not losing, but right? You understand what I'm saying? Honor the impact that it had on you first. Just address it, sit with it. Don't try to move on to the next thing and figure out how to, if you haven't done this yet, just honor it, sit with it, and process it. Send love. Another thing that I wrote that could be useful is like writing a letter and expressing how you feel to the energy from your child. And yeah, so just being there, being still, and figuring out ways to kind of reconcile with it. But to deeply cleanse, I would say yoni steams, sauna, sweat. Get steam in there. You can use rosemary, you can use motherwort. There's so many beautiful herbs, lavender, that can go in and support the process of cleansing. Your body is going to do it naturally, right? So you don't have to do much, but I would say working on an emotional way, on an emotional level, and sweating. So balancing your hormones, which I talked about in the live, and this. Wow, I knew they would play. They're not like regular airplanes going by. These are fighter jets. There's like 7 of them in doing choreography in the sky, just flying around. Juice watermelon, red watermelon with black seeds. Juice it for cleansing your womb on a deep, deep level. How to detox from birth control. I would say stop it first and do some of these same things. You're gonna birth control, if you had a hormonal birth control, it's changing your progesterone and estrogen levels. So balance your hormones to help cleanse in that way. I discovered that being dehydrated makes your cycle so much worse. Stay hydrated. Yes, so you're releasing blood, right? Your kidneys filter your blood with toxins, from toxins. Water is what is the vehicle to take those toxins out. So you add water, you're helping the toxins come out. It's simple once you look at biochemistry and how the body works. Eat your water. Watermelon. I want to show y'all. Is that the same? Oh, this one's flipping. I wonder what this is. This reminds me of living in Seattle and the Navy SEALs. Maybe that's it. Something like that. The Navy SEALs, we would have these parades. Detox from your ex. Yes. Same things. Spiritual, emotional, energy clearing. Okay. Watermelon juice. Do a juice cleanse for cleansing your womb after a miscarriage. 11:11 on the clock. Yeah. And I have this question I really like. What are the best changes that I've noticed on my healing journey? And the first thing, let me see who asked this though. I want to shout you out. Yes, for Lady Sweet, my girl. Hey love. She said, what are the best changes that I've noticed on my womb healing journey so far? And the lightness that I feel, the freeness that I feel in my body and in my spirit and in my feminine energy. I was extremely masculine and had to do everything because I had to. And I have been on my own from not super young, but young enough to where I didn't have adults my mentors eventually stepped in, along the way, but parents to guide me in the ways that children need, young adults need. Let me say it straight. So there were so many burdens that I felt at that time. My mother passed away in 2012 from cancer, and the process of that experience was learning March 1st of 2012 that they said she had stage 1 or stage 2 cancer, and she maybe had like a year left to live with chemo and different interventions. And on April 1st, a month later, she passed away from stage 4 cancer. So I feel like this is like Sila. In Jamaica, they say Sila, like putting a stamp on what I'm talking about. But the liver metastasized on her, the cancer metastasized on her liver. Sorry, hold on. So much going on in this live with the fighter jets, my coffin, the rain. Oh, it looks like I'm crying. Anyways, the cancer metastasized on her liver, and y'all, forgive me, I need to take some watermelon. That water ain't doing nothing. So you get to ask me some questions while I open this up. Yes, Jaylene, the planes in Seattle. What do they call it? The Navy SEALs? Can I change the thumbnail? Black seeds. Look at the black seeds, them. Stop. This is my breakfast, okay? The entire thing. Oh, thank God. The Blue Angels, yes. Takia. Thank you, Takia. A large fluffy animal of some sort scurried across the screen behind you. It's a mess. Yes, okay. Just gotta roll with it. It's music at this point. I needed that. I needed that. So, as I was saying, the liver, the cancer metastasized on my mother's liver, and when anything attacks the liver, which is the balancer of the body, the waste removal, The liver does so much. When anything attacks the liver, it's very difficult to, on that level, it's difficult to reverse it. Also, they misdiagnosed her, period. So a month later, she passed away. This was in 2012, and that was like the beginning of my spiritual awakening. And I had so many burdens, so much from childhood that I was carrying as a woman, a young woman, and my womb healing journey is what has lightened my load. So that started in 2017 when I found out that I had cysts, but from 2012 is when my heart was like shattered and broken into pieces, and really not broken into pieces, broken open, so that I can start to process the traumas that I experienced and be this person that you're seeing in front of you today, and to guide so many other women and people in general on their own personal journeys. So that's why this is heart-centered work for me. And when I talk so passionately, like I did in my fasting video, about health and wellness and disease and Western medicine and the foods, the poison, it's because my grandma grew up with so many diseases. I grew up watching my grandma with so many diseases, right? So these things have affected my family. And then she passed away 6 years later. Those are my parents. My mommy and my nana, those are my parents. And my grandma raised me in her home. So that's why I talk so passionately about all of this, because it has affected me personally, my physical body, but the people that I love in my life, where I wish I would have been able to, you know, step in, right? So, yes, thank you, Jaylene. That's why I talk the way that I do. So the lightness. I am like fearless. I don't really have many fears. I don't feel fearful of the world, fearful of making certain decisions. If I get a calling to do something, I'm guided and supported by so many energies, by God, my ancestors, you know, my mom, my nana, the physical people in my life, the support that I have. I know that if I jump off the cliff, I'm being caught. Why? Because it's happened so many times. There's so many situations, miracles that have happened that just don't make logical sense. I know I'm covered. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Jaylene. Yeah, I absolutely believe that. The things that we go through them, use them. I call them activations. Use the activations from anything that you experience in life. Whether you feel like it's not a big trauma or it was a major trauma, everything is relative. Use it. Use it to transform the energy and come out on the other side a better woman, a better man, whatever. That's been, you know, a part of my journey. And I'm grateful to be here because there were so many moments when it was looking bleak. It was bleak. Very, very difficult to deal with. Yes, so, yes, very limited. I don't have many fears. The last fear that I kicked was the fear of my stepping into my full potential and power and success. That was the last one that I kicked. But now I just feel totally supported and like I can do anything. I have faith tattooed here. It is not only one of my middle names. My nana gave me 2 middle names. That's one of them. And she also has the same middle name. Hers is Faye, mine is Faith. And it's that, but it's also my work here in life is to just continue to have faith that everything works out. Everything works out for me. Highly favored, highly blessed, divine, ordained, okay, guided, protected, loved. So that's how I feel in this life now. Whereas before, I feel like everything was against me. Hannah, that's interesting. Heartbroken open, yes. Also, Another huge change is my sensitivity levels. My body, my energy is so sharp and so attuned. I know. So a part of the traumatic last 48 hours of being in India, I had food poisoning from a salad. And in India, their salads are cucumber, carrot, and red onion. Sometimes tomato if you're lucky. That's their definition of a green salad. And I had this salad, and when I was eating the carrot, something about me said, you could stop eating this, but I needed vegetables. I needed the crunch because a lot of the food is dal, very soupy, chickpeas and things like this. Chana masala, dal fry, dal makhani, and so, or dal tadka. And so I wanted that crunch. I needed my salad. I need my salads, my fresh raw vegetables. Something said, this is a little off. And the thing about India, the cleanliness is just not there. The standard is not where it could be. So I had this salad. There were some issues with immigration. I went back to my Airbnb, came on my way back to the airport. When I called immigration, they said, you can come back and pay the fine. I'll go into this in another video because it was a mess. It was a lot. When I came back to the airport on my way back, 10 minutes into the ride, my stomach was off. I was like, wait, mind you, I had just had the salad, right? So that's how quick and sensitive my body is. I said, I need a Sprite. I obviously don't drink Sprites, but I know how powerful it can cut through things. So I said, I need a Sprite. We stopped at a Subway, I bought a Sprite. I drank 2 sips, and I told the driver, please pull over. And I just threw up the whole salad along with bile. But I knew it was a salad because that's what came up. So that's how sensitive my body is now. Anytime I eat something that does not work, I always have turmeric on me. Activated charcoal is another good one to have, but my body tells me immediately, and it purges like people and food. So I'll know. It'll be like, no, don't. So that is what a benefit of like cleansing on a deep level. And then I would say the main benefit from my healing journey is being able to support you all. It's invaluable. Thank you, Imari, on Etsy. It's in like being able to support you all and share these experiences, and for them to be transmuted into something valuable that you can benefit from, so that you don't have to experience the pain, the trauma, the wound trauma, the pain. It literally lights me up, and it is why I continue to share. It's why I've shared for as many years as I have on YouTube, even with the breaks. So that's been like the most rewarding, is creating this amazing community. You all are so sweet and supportive and loving, and I took a long time away from YouTube, and I felt that. I felt like, damn, I need to get back on there and share. I just missed the energy here, and I missed all of you, your love. What tip do you have for when that happens? I feel like a lot is working against me right now. This is when it's time to go inside and do the inner work. So your environment is always going to be unpredictable at times. Releasing control is about knowing that, like just being aware of that. What is not unpredictable, if you work on it, is your internal environment. So not feeling so imbalanced when things happen, not reacting aggressively or in a soft way, right? Like rising to the occasion, but not being so reactive from your environment, from the external scenarios that happen. That is the inner work. That is meditation. That is cleansing your body so that you know, your hormones are more balanced and you can deal with the things that are coming from life. That is maybe therapy. I was in therapy. The last live I did, I was talking about it. That was 6 years ago. I was talking about my therapist, Julia. I've recommended her to family and friends since then, and a few have gone. But yeah, talking it out, journaling, reading, meditation, taking yourself out of your environment and realizing that there are so many other people in the world experiencing things as well. Being of service, giving your time and your energy to people, not looking for money, and just really getting outside of your own box, your own bubble, your own life. A lot of the successful people that I follow, and success is subjective, so whatever, you know, I feel success is, they say if you have all of these troubles, if you're broke, all of these things, it means you're not serving anyone's. It means you're in a box and you're so concerned about yourself only. When you start to share, when you start to give back, and when you start to provide value to other people without expecting or looking for anything, just doing it genuinely, then you can start to see how much life is actually really beautiful. Like, there are these little insects pollinating these little flowers here, and all of these things that I'm just aware of and attuned to because I'm present, and I can be. Like, life is a miracle. The fact that we're here every day, I pinch myself like, this is crazy. We're in here, we're here. This is crazy. Crazy in the best way, right? Do any of you feel that way? Do any of you feel like, when I wake up, I'm like, we're back? Because we can do anything, it's limitless. Like, even in my dreams, it is miraculous that we get to be here. And so I didn't always feel that way. Like, that's why I'm so glad I looked at that live last night, because I was going through it. And I don't always, I'm really good. I used to be really good at hiding how I really feel and what's really going on internally, because I was so private. I was ashamed of some of the things that happened to me when I was young and how I grew up and my family dynamic. So I was the best with the poker face. But life should not be lived that way, right? Being able to feel deeply and express myself and meet you all. If I'd never expressed anything, this wouldn't happen. This wouldn't happen. Being able to share and let it out. Lay your burdens down. Just give them. If you believe in God, if you talk to God, a God, whatever it is, give them away. Give your burdens away. Like, let it go. It's not yours anymore. And that's been so transformative for me in realizing I don't have to do all of this alone. The whole time living in the United States, I had to do everything alone. Even in the relationships I was in, I had to do everything. I'm with a man and I have to do everything. The finances are on me. No. Do the inner work so you don't react from a place of masculine energy. This is what helped me. I don't react from places of masculine hustle, do energy anymore. I sit back, okay? I attract, I magnetize, and a lot of that is like feeling my best, looking beautiful, taking care of myself, and internally being clean as much as I can be, and really purifying my thoughts. It's a prayer that I have every single day. Sorry, y'all, I'm in Thailand. Oh my goodness, look at this duck flower. What we got? I'm currently learning about how to let go of people. I see the good and the God in everyone, so it's hard for me to differentiate between who should stay or go. I wonder how you differentiate. Hannah, as I said, I've attuned my body to know if it doesn't feel good, sometimes things don't feel good that are still serving you. So just having the discernment and knowing, is this growing me? Am I growing? Am I regressing? What's happening in the situation? Journaling. I've journaled since I was in 8th grade, and I still have that journal, and I've journaled since then. My grandma, oh, she's an angel. When I think about the different tools that she gave us growing up in her home, I just bow down. My Nana is an angel on earth. She saved my life at 7 years old. So these things, these tools that she gave, like, I've been journaling. I went to therapy at a young age. She had all of us that were living with her go to therapy because of the trauma we experienced in our homes. And So I had been journaling. That was one of the things that we practiced. So I've been journaling since then. I'm able to look clearly and see how this affected me because I journal almost daily. So differentiating if people are serving you or not is something you should be able to feel. You should feel that. Naturally, you should feel, and you know, Hannah, can I just say that? Talking plainly, you know. I'll leave you with that. Does duck flour go bad? Yes. If it's not packaged properly, or if humidity gets into the packaging, then it can spoil. It can get mold on it or mildew. If it's my duck flour that I gave you or that I sold to you, if you purchase from my shop, we say it's a year from when you purchased it. That you should, 6 months really, but you have up into a year to consume it. These are things also, by the way, like if you get the courage and the energy to buy a detox like that, do the detox. Don't wait, just do it. You got the calling, the medicine called you, do the detox. And I'm here to support you. Even if you didn't purchase from me, message me, right? And I can, aside from the duck detox video that I made, I can guide you if you need or give you tips. Yes, Jaylene. That reaction, that's how you're controlled. That's how we're controlled. So whether it's by advertisements, the media, these atrocities around the world being shoved in your face online, and we're all just can't leave, like Black Mirror, if you've seen any of these shows, you can't like peel away from it. One thing Tyler, the creator, said was, how do people get bullied online? Just close your eyes. Close your eyes, like, and it sounds insensitive, but it's not. Close your eyes. We're addicted to, you know, the dopamine. Oh, I think that furry animal was this little cat. Meow, meow. I think they speak Thai, the cats. Swati. Oh, you're so cute. Swati. Swadika. That didn't work either. Yeah. I am in Thailand, lover of the moon. I think someone else. Yeah, Danny answered that. Magnetism, yes. If you are open to it, you can look up quantum physics and see how that can support you. I'll leave that. Look up quantum physics and see how you can shift your reality. And no, it's not devil work or anything like that. What would I do if I was dealing with stomach ulcers? I would eat very gentle foods. Do I have? Yes, I do, because I came prepared. I would eat gentle foods, very gentle foods. I would have a lot of soups and broths and water, and coconut milk, creamy, calming foods. And Gabrielle Miller, yes, I have a lot of nourishing foods that are anti-inflammatory in my womb food guide or in the separate food guide. So you can purchase the food guide on its own, and you'll get 3 lists. You get, they're comprehensive lists, by the way. You'll get a substitution list, so foods you can substitute out from what you already love. You'll get an additions list, foods that you should add into your diet to balance your hormones, reproductive system, immune system, gut health, digestive, whatever. And then you'll get a subtraction list, so list the foods that you absolutely should reduce or substitute. You don't have to remove, just substitute. Do you still sell duck flour? Toya, they all sold out. I talked about it in the beginning of the live, but I'm not sure when I will be selling or offering physical products again because I'm on the road. And my fulfillment employee, I hired a fulfillment employee when I was living in Jamaica. She lived in the United States, in Seattle specifically. She was one of my customers first, and she fulfilled orders. And that was my first time trying to outsource. it went okay, but towards the end, it was not aligned. But so I will work on physical products maybe. My passion though right now is doing one-on-one client work, guidance sessions, group guidance, creating these digital products and guides, because the root of any imbalance in your body is usually energetic and spiritual. So we want to know, well, why are we habitual? Why are we eating these foods if we know they're harming us? Why do I have little candies in my drawer at work when I have diabetes? Right? Like these things, I used to do these things as well. Like I loved ice cream and cheese, but it's harming me. So we have to think about, address why we do the things we do that feeds the disease. So that's kind of the work. That's what I'm interested. That's what I love doing. That's what I do now. And I'm interested in staying in that realm. So we really have the control, because if it's always just the food, if it's always just the environment, then you can be out of control at any moment. But if your internal reality is balanced, you can deal with anything, right? I could probably eat a steak and my body would deal with it. But if I was back then imbalanced, it would have wreaked havoc on my body. My colon would have just been freaking out. It probably would freak out now because it's like, what is this flesh? But yeah, balance your internal reality, and I can help you with that in our one-on-one sessions. This is work that I've done for years, again, starting in 2012, because I had to. I had no choice. Good night, Danny. Love and respect. You're welcome. Bye, Jaylene, Toya. Bless you all as well. Thank you. How do you message me? Reach out to me. My email is my last name dot my first name @gmail.com. So bennett.takia@gmail.com. You can comment in this maybe. I'll see if I can reach out to you after this. You can also reach out to me on Instagram, the community tab here on YouTube. You're welcome, Gabrielle. I'm sideways on both your phone and TV. Well, I hope it works out. You mean like, okay, I wonder if you guys mean the orientation is vertical, but I have turned it horizontal. Is that true? Damn. That's sad. If that is the case, that's damn. You're welcome, Toya. Okay. But this now I can't see. Oh, okay, I can see a little. Anyways, okay. Let me know if you guys would be interested in me creating a membership tier on the channel. Yes, better. I just need to take a moment. It's been vertical, but I've been horizontal. That's what you meant. Wow. Wow. Okay. Yes, would it be helpful to have a membership tier on the channel? Would that be helpful? What I would offer are videos that I'm not 100% comfortable sharing with the general public. So my deep spiritual healing in Jamaica, I recorded everything. So I have video footage on my hard drives from everything that I was experiencing, the really deep ascension symptoms and the way my body was reacting, the healing, my physical body. So let me know if that would be helpful. I would love to put it on just the membership part, because I don't want to share myself so much with the world like I used to, but I still want to cultivate this community with you all. So the way that I just was made available, my channel was made available recently for the membership. So you choose like a monthly price. I choose a monthly price, and I can do 3 different levels. That's too much to start. I would just start with 1 and share these kind of things. And I would do lives just for us. So whoever joins the membership will do lives, and those videos that I have recorded, I will edit and put them out for you. They're raw. They are raw. So if you're interested in that, the dark feminine, like that deep spiritual work and healing and growing on this journey, especially if you didn't have or you don't have mentorship and parents really that were guiding you, that was my situation and scenario. So I'm just sharing what I learned by trial and error, because I didn't have many people around me saying like, don't do this, don't go there. So if that would be, oh, thank you, Faye. Yes, my hair videos. My hair's pretty long now, y'all. I'm not gonna stretch it down because it'll ruin it, but it's at least to here now. And by my birthday, July 1st, it's going to be 5 inches longer. I said it, I claimed it. Yes, Faye, let me know. If you guys are interested, if enough of you say yes, then I will create the membership tier. So yes, lives for just us. And then I want to create a community, maybe a WhatsApp group or a Facebook group or a Discord. I was thinking Patreon, but I could just do it on here, where we can talk about these things, healing the womb, the body. And as I create more courses and guides, then I can share it and you guys can join, and it could be great, because I'm I am moving into digital. You meant spiritual growth. Yes, I know. Thanks, Faye. I will answer a few more questions. I was like, wait, should I have my watermelon? Let me let y'all see. I can't believe the orientation of the video. Wow. It's gonna pain me to rewatch this live to see that I was in the wrong. It's gonna hurt my spirit to see that. I was gonna check out of this homestay today and head south to the beaches. I need to swim, I need to not have clothes on, and I need the sun. But I will just book another night here. I'm gonna answer a few more questions. Thank you all for being here with me. Everyone who's still here. It was a beautiful panoramic view. Oh, good. You know, we just making the best of everything, right? Oh, everything. Okay. So someone asked, no, not someone, Healing Alexandria asked about anti-inflammatory snack suggestions. I think she's in Jamaica. And get my womb food guide, or get the food list. Get the food list. So you see, I talk about what you can have if you have like a sweet tooth, what you can eat for that. If you like crunchy foods, whatever, I have substitutions, so you can get that. I also got a foods to start incorporating for a healthy diet from Jasmine Peeler, and I will also recommend the food guide. But the first place you can start is water. The first place you can start is water. Eating your water. So that's going to be your fruits and your vegetables that have a high water content. You can Google what foods have high water content. Dark leafy greens are amazing. Get some Swiss chard, rainbow chard, put cilantro and fresh parsley and everything, dill. Get these greens, get microgreens in. Anything with a high water content, start there, because that's going to help with removing the toxins so your kidneys can filter your blood. And it's important to focus on what to add, but it's also important to focus on what to substitute out. So not just what to add. So hopefully the food guides are helpful. Otherwise, if you add something, see what is unhelpful that you can also subtract. Yes, Sean Cameron, I forgot about this. Let's get to the travel stuff now. We've done enough of the health and wellness and the emotions. Let's get to the travel. Advice for living outside of the US, especially as a Black woman. Listen, first, go where you're loved and supported. That lesson I got. Blessings, Toya. Love and respect. Good night. The catalyst, Faye, for wanting to ascend spiritually was my mother passing away in 2012. Yes, 2012. That was the catalyst. It wasn't of my choosing. Well, maybe. Like, you know, they say that when you come into this life, you choose. That's one perspective. Hey, Green Bay, yes, I'm well. My family is well. Thank you so much. I hope you're well. Traveling as a Black woman, go where you're supported. Do your research and figure out what countries, cities, whatever, states are supportive and celebrate and love Black women, or you, whatever you are. Why? Because otherwise, it is going to be a rude awakening. And a lot of people already deal with this in America, but it is on another level when you go to cultures where there's not a filter. In America, you'll get microaggressions. You will get some macroaggressions, but people will like do the little half smile and like just try to stay away or lock their door in the car. In other countries, they move away. They may move away from you physically. They may say Negro. This happened to me in India. They may at you. That also happened to me in India. People that are blacker than Black, doing that, right? Just because they assume that I am African. At any time, the first question a lot of people would ask, you can tell when they were feeling prejudice, is, you from? You from? Where you from? And without me answering, before I could answer, they'll say Africa, South Africa. There's ignorance, meaning people don't know in a lot of places, and they have a perception of what an African might be doing in their country. This was specific in India. And it was the beginning of my trip after I left my yoga program was shocking to my spirit. And that's when I realized if everywhere we go in the world, meaning we're either extremely celebrated and loved or despised, or it produces these kind of reactions in people, that says something. It says something. And so I get really curious and ask these questions like, yeah, there's magic there. There's magic there. So go where you're loved and celebrated. In Jamaica, I never cared. I never thought about the color of my skin, ever. Like, as a foreigner, you open your mouth. Eventually, when you're first in these kind of countries, people might hike up prices and things like that, but you're Black. Everyone looks like you, right? They're in the sun all the time. And so I never considered that. I never thought like that was, you know, I just never considered it. I was able to just be. And once I got to India, immediately, imagine there's over 1 billion people in India, right? The caste system has them under a spell. And it's Hindi, the Hinduism, because there are Muslims there as well. And a lot of the Muslims were so kind and amazing to me. And a lot of people that were also Hindu, were also kind, but in a different, the proportions were different. So, yeah, it was traumatic. Not traumatic, it wasn't traumatic. That doesn't really happen much for me anymore, but it was disturbing to my spirit, I will say that. So go where you're loved and supported and celebrated as a Black woman or as a human, whatever you are, whatever you identify with. Go where that thing is celebrated. So I'm making my way to South America. That is the plan. Colombia, Brazil. These are my plans in my mind, but I needed to just quickly pop over somewhere to find relief. And Thailand is one of my favorite countries. The last time I was here was during the pandemic. If you all remember, if you were here, and I have videos on my channel, so you can go watch that. But this is one of my favorite countries. The hospitality, the street culture, like the cars. I've been biking all over the place, and the cars just let you do your thing. They're not honking at you and zipping around. It's clean. I have salads. I can find lettuce at the market, and I trust that it's clean. I'll clean it myself still, but you can go and eat something that's open at the market because of how they take care of things. They clean up the garbage in the street. It's just, highly recommend Thailand if you are a solo traveler, especially as a woman. It's very safe here. India was not. And even being able to have my shoulders out and my knees out, you cannot do this in India without being looked at as like a red light district participant. So just, I feel free. I feel like, yesterday, was it yesterday? The day before, yesterday I went to a cafe, but the day before yesterday I went on a bike journey, and it was a long ass journey because of construction, but the cafe was playing cuts, like hit after hit after hit, Kendrick's new album, and I was just free, open. I went outside and was working on the newsletter and was dancing and singing, and I'm like, oh, I needed this. So I want to go do salsa now. I've been working on my, let me stop. Yeah, so go where you're loved and celebrated. Do your research. There's so many people talking about travel. Go on Reddit, see how people who look like you are experiencing different countries, see the safest places for women, for Black women. And if you want to relocate, it's even more important to do that. Like, it can be cute to go to these countries that a lot of people don't travel to, but that is not, I wouldn't recommend that. Because you have a rude awakening coming from where you're at, thinking the grass is greener, and then now you find out all these people are prejudiced towards you, and what do you do? What do you do? You're in their country. Like, it's everyone. When I was in India, there's like a sea of thousands of people when you would go out to these different events or just in the streets. There's so many people there, and they're all, imagine walking down the street and everyone is like this, or like the reactions that people have to you is visceral. They are not hiding anything. They're not like peeking. No, they're looking at you. They're crossing the street. It's a lot. Or they're coming, I also want to give the other side. They're coming up to you like, wow, where are you from? Can we take a photo? When we traveled in Hampi, I traveled with a few of my classmates from my yoga program. We went to Hampi, and people were like, photo, like trying to take photos of us and with us. So it's just, you stick out like a sore thumb. It's not always bad, it's not always good, but it's a lot. I never felt that in Japan when I traveled there. The first time I was in Thailand, I went to a lot of places, a lot of rural fishermen, small villages, islands, and I would get that in some places, not negative. Well, yeah, some were just shocked because they don't see, you know, us often. They don't see someone who looks like me often. I didn't feel it in Japan. I felt like a human in Japan. Jamaica, Peru, it's mixed. But I was also with two Rastas in Peru. And they would call Bob Marley, Bob Marley. So that was a fun experience. I have not been to Grenada. Oh, I loved Greece. I did. I've been to Santorini. I loved Greece. Yes, they love dark skin. Greece, it was beautiful. The only thing I experienced in Greece was the other foreigners, like the European foreigners were very racist. Greece was beautiful. Haven't been to Grenada. I really want to go to St. Lucia. I really want to go to Africa, specifically Kenya, maybe Nigeria, Ethiopia, but I'm not sure. South Africa. I did not visit the rat worshiping temple. What? I did not visit that. Japan was so peaceful, yes. Japan was beautiful. I love how light your spirit seems. It wasn't always this way, Nisha, but thank you. I feel like a child. Like, my age is reversing, right? Like, I feel like an ancestor. I always say I'm like 62 years old spiritually, based on what I've experienced. I came into this world just knowing shit. But now, as I lighten my load, as I was telling you guys, let down your burdens, you just get this lightness. Like, everything is hilarious. It's all like, it's like a theater play. When you really zoom out, this all is wild that we get to be here. And so it lets me move through life like this. Rats? That's what I'm saying. No, absolutely not. When you go to India, I'm making separate videos on this soon. When you go to India, there are several things that will shock you. The amount of fecal matter in the streets. Nothing could have prepared me. Nothing could have prepared me. Hey, Lady D, set yourself free. Yes, ma'am. New to your channel, was drawn in by your duck flower detox video. I'm being called to visit Jamaica. Any health or spiritual retreat community places to recommend? Portland, I lived in Portland for a while. I love Portland. It's kind of out of the way, but Portland is gorgeous. So beautiful. My favorite beach to go to was Boston Beach. Retreats, no, I don't have any recommendations for retreats. Portland would be a good community, but you'll just want to, if you message me, I can see if I can link you with someone there physically, because there are also people who prey on foreigners. How did you get to this point? Shireen, hey love, you're gonna have to watch this video over, this live. I will save it. So much has contributed to what you're seeing today, and I have so much farther to go, which I'm really excited about. Like, when I think about growth, when I think about how quickly I grow and can adopt new identities, and just like shed things like, oh, that doesn't serve me anymore, I'm good. Choose a new character. No. I am excited about the growth. Now you guys are witnessing a very prime time for me, right? Things are about to be real different around here. So thank you for being here and contributing to that. But things are about to get real different. Swadika. I'm gonna book again today. Yeah. I'm just on this live, but I'm gonna extend. I was gonna check out, but I'm gonna do another night. It's okay? Possible? Kobkunka. Yeah, checkout was 11. It's 11:58, but I've just been going day by day here. Yeah, I hear that a lot. We'll message you. Yes, blessings, love. How was your stomach in India? Go watch my 13-day fast video. Look at how much I just, like, no. Even now, I still have some inflammation around my eyes and my face a little bit. But, wow, my hair really fluffed up. That looked bald, didn't it? Yeah, my hair's ready to go up. Should I? Let me put it up. It's hot. Like the fact that it has even shrunken to above my shoulders. Wow. Or should I leave it down? What do we think? Let's leave it. Thank you, Sham from Toronto. Thank you. Shireen. Oh, that reminds me of Kendrick Lamar's song. Yes, I want to get to that point. Just let go of things that aren't serving me. And it sounds hard, but it's because you're grasping. So of course, you know, when you try to take something out of a baby's hand, it's just like, like a stronger grip. That's exactly what's happening. Thank you, Scarlett. Just slowly peel the fingers back. And I want to give you like actual tangible like resources to help you and support you with that. Yeah, I have a lot. Breath work was probably the most, one of the most transformative things. We're holding so much in our lungs, grief, and most of us are not getting enough oxygen to our brain and throughout our blood. So breath work. And it is a reason why I came to the specific yoga school that I went to, because I was certified in pranayama, which is breath work. They call it pranayama here, and meditation, along with being certified as a 200-hour hatha yoga teacher. So I can start teaching, and I want to add that into my client work as I improve on my skills with breath work. But that has transformed my life, and I have those videos. Good night, love. Bye, Hannah. Make sure to message me. Yes. Yeah. The thing about trying to calm the body when you're tense is it's great to be aware of it. If you can be aware, bye Hannah. If you can be aware, that's the first step. But the thing about trying to calm yourself down when your body is having such a reaction is it doesn't really work. Like, more so you should scream in those moments. The first time I was in Thailand, I was riding my motorbike, just out in some country area somewhere, and I was like screaming into the void, like, ah! It feels so good. Just let that shit out. The tamedness is not, no. Okay, did I really give advice on relocating? Kind of. Go to a place where you're celebrated. Find a place where you're gonna love to eat the foods and where that's gonna be supportive for you. And yes, I can make a separate video where I like fully process this and think about it for you. And that was asked by Sean Cameron. My purpose for traveling right now, did I leave Jamaica? So I moved to Jamaica in 2020, and my purpose for traveling was to be certified as a yoga teacher. I was feeling very like I was in a box in Jamaica. It is an island, and I had just freed myself from a relationship that was not supportive for me anymore. And I just felt too close to the situation, but also it's a small island. So, and the mentality of some, you know, of the culture at times just felt a little restrictive. I wanted more. Like, I had friends who have a level of consciousness where, you know, they want to grow and they want to do these things, and then there is another reality, which can be anywhere you are in the world. But I felt like I needed to spread my wings, and I wanted to also shift from physical products. I wanted to travel. I love to travel. So the moon is in Gemini. I didn't even know. That's the wrong tube. Okay. It says there's 38 of you left. Where y'all from? Where are you guys watching from? Japan had the best food. It tasted so pure. I cried. Yeah. We've been poisoned, y'all. If you haven't watched my fasting video, we've been poisoned. I've been on here for over 2 hours. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up soon. Georgia, Shireen, San Diego, Minnesota, Vegas. If you didn't already tell me, by the way. Florida, hey love. Oh. You're from Washington too? I'm from Seattle, born and raised. New Orleans again. Houston, Cali. I lived in Los Angeles. What was that, 2019? Right before, yeah. Poetic justice. Beautiful. So, what was I talking about? Jamaica. I needed a break. The thing that I do that's best for me is separating myself from situations that are not serving me, to zoom out and find a clearer perspective and another perspective. And I needed to do that there. And I'm grateful that I have the privilege to do that and the freedom to do that. But federal way, the boonies, north of Cali, southern Cali. Yes. Federal way, wow. I grew up in South Park. Mainly. yeah, I needed to separate myself from the situation, the country and the situation. Jamaica is also a masculine culture. I felt, at least, I felt it was very masculine, very aggressive, very harsh. And I wanted to be in my feminine, and that's what I was doing my best to embrace at the time. And yes, of course, I could have stayed and done that, but everything was telling me, go, 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 see something else, go get a new perspective, a fresh perspective. And now everything, everywhere I turn and look, I'm like, ah, oh, Jamaica's my home, for sure. So if you're in Jamaica, I'll see you soon. Jamaica is my home. But it's important to travel. I'm gonna raise my children not on the road, but so that they get to experience different cultures, because it is a different level of learning, internal learning, and of the way people live in other places in the world. There's so many things that I even took away from, that I've taken from different places that I've traveled to. I'll just say something specific about India. The hospitality and the way that they, yes, vital ass vegan, very important to travel. The hospitality in India, the way they deal with and treat guests is, I love Jamaica too, is next level. So when I would be welcomed into a friend's home, they would ask me what I wanted to eat, first of all, because I'm not having the chapati with the white flour or rice or dairy, curd, or any of these things. So they'll ask me what I want. They'll prepare that fresh. And then they set the table. The way it usually is there's several dishes. It's not like one thing and you have a plate. You know, there's several dishes. And they serve you first. Everyone's plate is empty. They serve you first. They give you dal. They ask you what you want. They serve you first. And only then, it was like once I took my first bite, everyone would get their food. And whenever I needed a new chila, which is my version of chapati, it just uses chickpea flour or besan. Whenever I needed a new one for my dal to pick up my food, they would serve me. If I needed a new, more drink, water, they would serve me first before serving themselves. And the hospitality, when you actually know people there, the local culture was something I'm taking into motherhood, and what I will, as I host and things, that absolutely, I will take that into my home and adopt that mentality and that way of being. Like, community is so important in a lot of other cultures in the world. It's very different than America. Community, a lot of the families live all in one home, but for them it works. Like, you don't have to do everything. It's really a tribe mentality. You can also have people in your business, but I just look at the beautiful side of it, not having grown up with that fully tight-knit in like my teens. While traveling extensively, do you downsize, sell, or store all of your things, or do you still have a home base in Jamaica? I have a home base in Jamaica, but I put my things with a friend. Yeah. Like my important things, right? With a friend. I also know a lot of realtors and Airbnb hosts that also have properties. So, yeah. I'm the type of traveler that I don't go to a place and just stay to myself. I go in the country, I meet people, I make deep connections, and by in the country, I don't mean into the country itself, I mean like into the rural areas. And so I know people in so many different places, and I have created such beautiful relationships with people that I could go like to any of these places and find a place to live, or recommend them, or do retreats or things, because I'm not sure if you guys know about human design, but I'm a 1-3 reflector, which is like less than 1% of the population. And they say 1-3 personality types are investigators. Like, I've always been this way. I've always been extremely curious. That used to be my tagline, stay curious. I go deep down into things and I learn them on a very deep level so that I could just speak freely about them, and I adopt them. I make them a part of me. So when I go to a place, I learn everything that I can about a culture, the way that they're moving. I observe the way humans are interacting with each other, the way their tonal fluctuations when they speak, and language. How do you initiate the interactions where you travel to build a trustworthy relationship? How do you initiate the interactions? It's natural. Your aura and your energy will draw people to you that should be there. It will also draw people that shouldn't. But it's just a natural thing. Opening yourself up. It's your projector. Projectors and reflectors are kind of similar, right? Yes. I'm a 1-3 reflector. Did I say I was a projector? I meant reflector. But if you're a projector, yes, we're similar. And 1-3, listen, investigator, okay? Yeah, working on your energy, doing your inner work is what will support you in meeting people and initiating things. I don't usually have to initiate anything when I travel. People just come up to me. Especially if you're in places where it's not, you know, like an African or a Black diaspora. So, yeah. People come up and will initiate things, and you can kind of filter it out and discern what is supportive. But working on yourself, I open myself up before I travel places, and I say what I want to experience, like at least a piece of it. So, yeah. What else? Thank you, Kanisha. Trying to guard my watermelon. Oh, amazing. I'm gonna wrap up soon, you all. If you have any last questions, let me know. Check out my womb food guide, my separate food guide, all of my amazing videos, okay, that you all have loved for years. Check those out. I have some recent ones from India. My fasting video, my yoga teacher certification video, and my last video that I filmed in Jamaica. I have more videos that I filmed and I'll edit soon, but you're currently on a faith journey doing the inner work. Yes, that's it. That's it. I've been supported and cared for just by having faith and just by surrendering. Let me see if there's anything else that I wanted to get into. Jamaica, what made me move to Jamaica? You guys know YouTube was my first business. And so I was creating all of this wellness content at the time because it was the shift that I made personally in my life, going plant-based, looking at herbs, and I attracted different businesses and brands to me to do partnerships. One of them was an herbalist and a business owner local to Jamaica, and he and his team invited me to Jamaica to learn how to harvest sea moss. They sent me these things before I went, and I shared the videos. Like, we worked together, we did business together to create these videos, sponsored videos. So you can see on my channel my iron video, how to get plant-based iron, and my sea moss videos. You'll see who I was talking about. They invited me to Jamaica and said, oh, we'll show you around and show you how to harvest and do all of these things. And a month after going and being there with a friend that I invited, I moved there. So I was living in Los Angeles at the time. I moved to Jamaica. So that is why, that's what made me move. Oh no, that's why I went. What made me move there was like the Caribbean. What? Jamaica is amazing, at least for me. Island life, the food, the fruits, the deep healing. I started fasting, learning about the herbs and the medicine, and it is where I needed to be. It is what I needed to do. I was studying under elders, herbalists, and eating the best of the best foods, farming. That's the life that I'm creating still. And that's the way I see myself in my journey. Yes, okay. Will I bring sea moss back? Yes, if I go back to Jamaica soonish. Sea moss for sure, and maybe hormone balance, but I'm not sure about having a whole extensive product list again or selection. It just, we got to get to the root of healing, but also it's a lot of work. Hair loss and anemia. Oh, I said I was going to talk about my hair routine. So I eat a certain way. I eat a lot of iron. I have black sesame seeds almost every day. I drink my herbal teas, a lot of fenugreek and fennel. I moisturize with, not really moisturize, but I seal in moisture with coconut oil. I oil my scalp often. I do scalp massages often. My hair doesn't look long, but it is at least to here right now. And by July 1st, my birthday, it will be 5 inches longer, okay? I'm putting that out there. Yes, so what else? And I just wash my hair more frequently. I'm sweating a lot in these countries, it's hot. So I wash my hair more frequently. Whenever my scalp, even if I feel like it's gonna start itching, I wash it. So that could be 2 times a week, that could be 1 time a week, whatever. And getting water on my hair. If you're in a dry environment, put more water on your hair throughout the week, if you can. If it's wrapped up in protective style, see about spritzing. This is just, I live, like with my hair, it's just a freer life because I don't have to go into a corporate job or answer to anyone, so I just do what I want. So maybe it's easier, I'm not sure. But your hair is a plant, it needs water, so water it and then fuel yourself internally. Iron, have more lentils, have more chickpeas, iron-rich herbs, and yes, my sun sign is Cancer, my moon is Sagittarius, and my rising is Aquarius. Guess what my Venus is? Someone guess. You're welcome, Lady D. The only fears of traveling alone, Lauren, a vulnerable moment. The only fear was not ever feeling like I would be able to find a physical place in the world that feels like home, because it's not in the United States where I was born. So that was the only thing. It's like, okay, am I just gonna be traveling indefinitely? Like, when, you know? And Jamaica's the first place that really felt like home for me. But yes, so I don't even know if I would call that a fear. That's just something that I felt. Hey Fayola, you just joined. Welcome. What did I do before YouTube? I did a lot of things in Seattle. A lot. Like I said, I'm an investigator, curious, so I did a lot of different things. I also went to a high school that was pretty much like university. I went to Lakeside. So once I graduated high school, my mother passed away not that long after, and so I didn't end up going to St. John's University in New York. Instead, I stayed because we wanted to be there for her and support her. And then she passed away, and I was like, it shook everything. That like normal cookie cutter, go to college, go work in the corporate world, all of that, I was able to see it without rose-colored glasses. And I realized, like, we die at the end of this? We transition at the end of this? Hell no. And I was turned up from then. Not in the way I am now, but in a dark night of the soul, existential crisis way. I was just very aware of my existence and the how fine, like how mortal we are by my mother transitioning, and then my grandmother. You're a 3-5, Jaylene? Yes, look into it too. You're a 3-5, but what are you? What's your type? Projector, manifesting generator, reflector, generator. You need some motivation. The motivation is within you, my love. Fayola. And I started YouTube. When I started YouTube in 2012 or 13, I didn't do it full time. It was just, I was talking about hair, and me and my friend Dina, hey Dina, if you're watching, we were supposed to start the channel together. She was gonna do makeup, I was gonna do hair. And I had always gotten relaxer since I was a kid. My grandma just, it was easier for her. So I didn't really know what was going on with my natural hair. So I transitioned after my last relaxer for my high school graduation. I started transitioning, and I just documented that experience on YouTube, and eventually my channel blew up. It literally says, when I'm not living my design, I experience frustration. Yep, same. Virgo, let me just tell you, no, my Venus is Taurus. So husband, if you're watching this, I love Virgos. I love Virgo energy. It's amazing. I do have Virgo placements, by the way. I answered your question about iron. Good. How long does a period usually last? I don't know how long yours usually lasts. You mean like what's typical? I think it could be different for everyone, but I think it's like 3 to 5 days. We're meant to live, not exist. Yes. Manifesting generator. Wow. Look up that, you guys. Look up what this means. This was another level of deepening for me. The human design. Virgo. Yes. This was another level of awakening for me. Human design is, listen, if you know, you know. Wow, 31 still left. Hey y'all. I'm gonna get off here. I need to go shower again. It's so hot, and I need to go extend my stay. And I think tomorrow I'm gonna go to head south to get to a beach town. So if you're interested in any of my offerings, the Womb Food Healing Guide, very, very supportive, and I have so much good feedback about it. If you're interested in knowing what to eat to heal, not just heal your womb, but to heal your hormones, well, to balance them, to get more iron and essential nutrients and minerals into your body, then you can get the food guides or the Womb Food Healing Guide. If you also need like support, kind of like a support group, the Womb Food Healing Guide has journal prompts, and it has a weekly progress tracker that you can print out. You can print out the food guides themselves, take them to the grocery store, post them in your kitchen, just so you have like quick reference. You can quickly access these things. Wow, my phone battery lasted. This is just a blessing. And a lot of you said you would like a membership section on my channel, so I will get that up and live after this, after I shower. My next live, Fayola, I think I will go live like 2 to 3 times a month, but don't hold me to that, okay? Don't hold me to that. But I like that I don't have to edit this. It just, boom. Yeah, I didn't talk about human design in the beginning, Shireen. The beginning was mainly about wellness, healing the womb, and yeah, health and wellness, really. You can look up your human design now. Go on Google, put in your time of birth, date, everything, and your human design will pop up. The Womb Food Guide is everywhere I am on social media, in all of my links, my bio links, in all of my YouTube video description boxes, in my YouTube bio, it's there. My Etsy shop, with those they're digital guides, by the way. So once you download it, once you purchase, you get the instant download. And I have 2 so far. The next one I plan on making a resource that just cuts through the BS and shows you how to heal cysts and fibroids. I healed from ovarian cysts, hemorrhagic ones. So it was, yeah. As well as I have no negative period symptoms. My hormones are balanced. I'm no longer anemic. What else? So many things. I'm free. I'm free. Virgo. Thank you for this. You're welcome. Yes, I am not the same person. You guys can go look at my old videos and see I am a different person. Work on yourself. That's the best gift you can give the world and everyone around you, your loved ones and yourself. Most importantly, work on yourself. Read, if that's your way, the way that you like to learn. I have 3 books I just bought before leaving India because they're dirt cheap there. I got Think Again by Adam Grant. I got The Compound Effect. And I got The Psychology of Money because I'm really focusing on financial literacy this year and improving my financial, my ability to hold on to wealth and to invest into index funds and a Roth IRA. So this is the one that I'm reading right now. Highly recommend. And I talk about compounding habits in my first newsletter. If you want to sign up for the newsletter, you should be able to also find that in my bios. I do not have children and I want 5. Actually, I won't share that. But I had a really beautiful experience recently, so I know that it is on the way, happening soon. Yeah, Kanisha, if you want to support, you just find the link. And you can reach out to me with any questions. Bless you, Lady D. Bless you, D. Bless you, Jaylene. I feel complete, see you all. Honestly, thank you for being here with me. I'm in Thailand, if you didn't know. Okay. And I'll be heading south soon. And I am making my way, as I said in the beginning of the video, the live, to South America. That's my plan. If there's another plan, a better plan, I will let you know. If it changes, I will let you know if I go back to Jamaica, because that was also something I'm contemplating. Do I just go back to Jamaica now, get back into my country, or head to those cities of love? Thank you, Kanisha. Thank you, Sham, Jaylene, D, Lady D, Petite, Shireen, Icon the Artist, Fayola, Poetic Visuals, FB, and everyone else who joined. Bless you all. I'm gonna get off here. I'm sticky icky. If you have any additional questions, just leave them in the comment section or on Instagram or anything, and I will do my best to answer, or maybe I'll answer them in the next live. I can't even talk, y'all. I gotta go finish. I need to eat my breakfast. Love! I did it. I did it. I was like, am I gonna get this live up? Am I gonna do it on time? I was late, y'all, but right on time. All right, y'all. Reach out to me if you have any questions. Thank you. Yes, I will be safe. And I will talk to you all soon. Bye-bye. Get the womb food guide, the food guide, and you can book a one-on-one session with me as well. That is all. It's linked everywhere you can. One-on-one coach guide sessions. I changed it from coaching to guide. So yeah, if you guys are interested. Love. I'm so excited to support you all. As my niece would do. Bye-bye. You know, the end of the lives are always awkward when people are like in the camera trying to figure out how to end it. I feel like a grandma. Oh, the exit sign. Blessings, you all. Love and respect. Take care.